charts and execute your trades.
Grandma got that for me at Spirit.
It's time for a sizzling Summer Savings event. Sizzling hot deals all week long.
And I'm getting the one that lifts the graveyard. It's already in its grave. Look at these spirit balls. No turning back. This one has 4 phrases and this one does. Floating ghost is not on yet. Hi, Santa. He works good with his hat off. His head works good.
Innovation, the ingenuity of Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
Mine was already over the South Pacific in 1943.
That way now, farther that way.
USA Airline insurance is often handed down from generation to generation because it offers a superior level of protection, and because USAA's commitment to serve the military, those, and their families is without equal. Begin your legacy. Getting auto insurance quote. USAA. We know what it means to serve. Introduction of America's
It says he has a timer and it goes by himself, but it does.
It is. The state wanted to keep going in this.
I'm gonna have you look at those. What?
I'm not talking about methodology, I'm talking about common sense here. Have you changed your ways? Are you now rating Mr. Congressman, have you changed your ways? This is incredible. The guy's rating the nation's debt being put in the hot seat today by the guys having the record.
It's the G spells now.
He's showing off that another
Oh,
restaurant to
so much on he's still on. He's gonna get dead. I changed him because he was completely dead.
These guys, the members of Congress, are looking to blind the rating agencies, the people whose job it is to express an opinion on the worthiness of American debt. For the crash in 2008 and for the stock market going down. They're the ones, the members of Congress, who are addicted to spending money that we don't have. Leaving aside the fact that some of these ratings agencies early on, a couple of years ago, for not being objective, not seeing what would happen to real estate, fair enough then, now, going after them for a variety of other reasons. So I'm just saying, consistency begs consistency. Look at what the rating agencies do. They express an opinion. You can accept the opinion, you can reject the opinion, you can challenge the opinion. That opinion is protected by the First Amendment. They get together and they do their computer workouts and they have their economists say the American government's debt is worth this. The American government's debt is worth that. And the members of Congress don't like it. Go to another rating agency. The First Amendment lets them express any opinion they want.
Do you think they're trying to pressure them? Like, I don't think this is a good idea,
I think the timing is
Works
perfect
better
for
when I
pressure.
hold it.
Because the last thing in the world that those big government people that you just ran clips on trying to intimidate the heads of the rating agencies want is for the rating agencies to downgrade the government's debt between now and August 2nd. And as you and I were talking in the break, it should be downgraded because the government doesn't have the ability to pay
on the show. This isn't a Republican or Democratic. I would go back to the Bush administration. We have no more deserved the AAA credit rating than I do of National Fitness Center. So let's just get rid of it. And that's the
These are allowed to put a napkin on
Congress is
them.
putting its
Right now.
fingers on the shoulders and squeezing and saying, you're not really going to drop the AAA rating, are you? Guess what? The First Amendment lets them say anything they want about America's debt. And the more honest they are, the better off we will all be. Congress can't take its medicine.
Good for you, Judge Eddie Napolitano. That's what makes him a superstar on Fox Business Network on Freedom Rights, which if you do not get, because at 8 p.m. tonight, you don't get it when the judge is on, you're just going to cry. Because he's the only guy who has in his contract. He can point like, I do it, I owe him royalties. Anyway, don't think there's any tax hikes in this dead deal. One, my next guest says they're already law.
This program is brought to you by Damper. Lowers humidity to prevent musty odors and mold and mildew stains.
You'll love what Damper can do for your family. It immediately begins absorbing moisture throughout your home, creating fresher, healthier air, and a more comfortable environment for your family. Damper reduces humidity to a level where mold and mildew stains can't grow, eliminating musty odors and protecting against moisture damage. And when it's done, you just pour moisture down the drain. Create a more comfortable home with Damper.
Switching to Geico, will this save you 15% or more on car insurance? Do people use smartphones to do dumb things?
See, that is the weekend.
Well,
Oh man, I made him go.
gentlemen of the Blue Stars invited to this ball.
This makes the same sound as the scarecrow that looks like a mouse.
It moves effortlessly, breathes easily, it flows with clean water, it makes its skyline greener and its population healthier, all to become the kind of city people want to live and work in. Somewhere in America, we've already answered some of the nation's toughest questions, and the over 60,000 people of Siemens are ready to do it again. Siemens answers.
I manage all my investments, and I try to learn as much as I can about a company before I invest in it. That's all I do. They give me tools and research I can't get anywhere else. Their stock screener lets me search for stocks with more than 140 criteria. I can see what their experts are thinking and even call them to bounce an idea off of one of their investment professionals. A good strategy relies on good insight. If you want to learn more about a company, I think you actually have to do that.
Fedora Investments. Turn here.
Now at Ryan Dodge, it's the summer of zero. With 0% APR cash, take 60 months on each one of your Dodge Grand Caravans, Ram Trucks, Chrysler 200s, and Jeep Wranglers. Or 72 months on Plasma Engine. See dealer for details and see driveryan.com. With 0% financing, you'll get the right vehicle at the right price. The summer of zero at the new Ryan Dodge, just east of
Yeah, this is a gimme from. This is already
These are the
growing,
final days at the Furniture Row shopping centers. Everything on sale.
but it's gonna be taken back
Good
tomorrow.
idea to preview everything we've marked down for this sale. Good idea, huh? Here's a better idea. Come tour everything on sale event, where you save on every item in every store. Save on everything. Plus, get no interest for 2 years with no money down. Better move fast.
I'll turn
Furniture
heel,
Row shopping
Mom.
centers everything on sale event ends Wednesday, August 3rd.
The burning out light.
Well, the president says that he wants a balanced approach in dealing with this debt. And that's my next guess is he has already got one side taken care of, the tax hike side. Because Getsonic says, don't forget the $400 billion in tax hikes that are already built into the new health care law. Lieutenant Governor joining me right now. Explain.
Well, that's right. The president has a plan. It's 4 words: balanced approach, shared sacrifice, but they turn out to be reasonable ones. He says we need to combine the spending cuts with tax increases. And we must assume that we're stupid enough not to remember that just 16 months ago, the Obama health law raised our taxes by $503 billion.
That's open. Sell your house. All
The
right.
Medicare payroll tax goes up from 2.9% to 3.8% for earners over $250,000.
When does that occur?
That in 2013. A new Medicare earned income tax will hit you if you sell your home and make a profit, or or sell stocks or earn other kinds of quote foreign income. Their taxes are a higher rate of health products and consumer products that ultimately the consumer's pocket. There's a whopping 40% excise tax on Germany's health plan starting in 2018. Now, you haven't felt the effects of these tax hikes because they don't go into effect until 2013 or later, but the money is as good as out of your pocket because they are the law. So the tax hike side of this balanced approach has already happened.
All right, now, the administration would argue that that's already been baked into the cake. People know that that's separate from the bread you're talking about.
That reminds me of when you go out to dinner with a pal and you pick up the tab, and the next night you go out to dinner with him, and he says, let's be fair, let's split the tab. And
Yeah,
the
speaker
I
has
think
a
I should listen. And that's
Instead of
exactly
that.
it. So the tax hikes are already baked into this deal. It's time for the Washington spendaholics to cut spending.
But we're scaring Graham again. Right? I mean,
Oh,
that's
this is,
the whole idea.
yeah, this is the other
This one,
equation.
this
Shared
speaker.
sacrifice. Well, that sounds fair, but don't call on seniors to make the sacrifice because under the Obama health law,
It's like a spear ball,
Medicare's
that's
future
probably
funding
why.
is already cut by $500 billion over the next 10
That's why
years.
we're taking it back to Los and
$500
getting
billion
another
that
roll.
was taken out of Medicare and moved over to fund a vast increase of Medicaid and new subsidies for middle-class families. Two new entitlements. So when the president says shared sacrifice and
I'm sure
entitlement
we can't
reform,
fix
fine.
it 'cause I don't
Don't
have
go
any
after grandma
speakers.
again. If you want to reform entitlements, start with the two you just created. Or how about furloughing some of the federal workforce? Washington is fat and happy under this president. 107,000
By the
new
way,
federal
here it
jobs.
says how to use calorically challenged. Continue.
Politically challenged and happy in Washington. So if we're going to cut somewhere, how about this bloated federal workforce instead of grandma again?
But what would be the logistics here, Betsy? If we're facing next Tuesday, we don't meet the deadline. Everyone says, oh, we're going to default, we're going to default. We don't have to.
I
Right?
really
Is the
like
government then
the
prepared
skeleton in that on the ball.
First of all, there will be 75% of
I
all
do
the
like
money
that
that
one,
people
but I
want
like
is
what
missing.
he said.
First priorities will be paying the interest on the debt. The Constitution requires it.
Because not paying that would in fact be a default.
That's right.
Continue.
Okay, Social Security, we're fine till 2038. The Social Security Trust Fund is all set to go. So when you hear threats that grandma won't get her check, that's only if the president decides not to send that
But
check.
he has that power. That's his power.
That would be a politically retributive move. It would be.
It would also be very stupid.
politics.
It would also be stupid.
That's right.
So, handicap reform then do default.
I don't think so.
don't
But a big
The
mistake.
fact that I don't
would be to
either,
get the
does that
president-
worry you? Does it worry that you don't?
The president has asked for a whopping debt increase 2 or 3 times what's usual to take us through the 2012 election. That would be a mistake.
Why?
Because ordinarily the debt ceiling is raised every 6 months or a year. He says, let's not let politics get into this issue. It is the key political issue of our generation, the size and cost of government. We must decide.
But he's also saying he doesn't want to go to this kabuki theater.
Of course, he doesn't want to run on his spending and borrowing record. He wants to run away from it.
Okay. Betsy, thank you very, very much. We only is because, sometimes you hear one thing in the mainstream media that, I don't know, this is waking up this morning, probably because there was nothing for breakfast. I just woke up in a bad mood. I said, I got it. Put this in perspective. Anyway, when we come back, House Speaker John Boehner getting strong support from one Tea Party lawmaker. Now the tide is turning. Is he the reason? Tea Party favorite Alan West is here, and only here.
Kim and James are what you might call overly protective, especially behind the wheel. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, Allstate gives them a bonus twice a year for being safe drivers. Dollar for dollar, nobody protects you like Allstate.
My name is Doug, and I have mesothelioma. If you need information on medical or financial resources available for mesothelioma patients, call 1-800-444-MESO. Remember, 1-800-444-MESO.
Sweet belt. E-reader for textbooks, GPS, video camera for lectures, game pad. You considered this? It's got all that and more than 200,000 apps. Technology to learn and play on the go. Only at Verizon. Android-powered, PlayStation certified. The Xperia Play by Sony Ericsson. Only $99.99.
Medicare.
purchasing gold and silver from a volume dealer at 0% above dealer cost. Discount Gold Brokers is making your dream a reality. Zero commissions, fees, or expenses. 0% above dealer cost. Live traders are standing by right now to take your order. No minimum. 888-200-9001. Why pay more than zero above dealer cost on bullion purchases? 888-200-9001. Ask about our IRA programs. 888-200-9001 now.
You never know when, but thieves can steal your identity, turning your life upside down in a matter of seconds.
Hi. You know, I can save you 15% today if you open up a charge card account with us.
You just read my mind.
Just one little piece of information, and they can open bogus accounts, stealing your credit, your money, and ruining your reputation. That's why you need LifeLock. LifeLock is the leader in identity theft protection, relentlessly protecting your personal information to help stop the crooks in their tracks before your identity is attacked. Protecting your social security number, your bank accounts, even the equity in your home.
I didn't know how serious identity theft was until I lost my credit and eventually lost my home.
Credit monitoring alone is not enough to protect your identity and only tells you after the fact, sometimes as much as 60 days later. With LifeLock, as soon as we spot a threat to your identity within our network, our advanced LifeLock ID alert system directly notifies you, protecting your identity before you become a victim.
Identity theft was a huge problem for me, and it's gone away because of LifeLock.
While no one can stop our identity theft, if the criminals do manage to steal your information, LifeLock is there to help fix it with our $1 million service guarantee. That's right, a $1 million service guarantee. Don't wait until you become the next victim. Call now to try LifeLock risk-free for 2 full months. That's right, 60 days risk-free. Use promo code NORISK. If you're not completely satisfied, notify LifeLock and you won't pay a cent. Order now and also get this document shredder to keep your personal documents out of the wrong hands. A $29 value free. Get the protection you need right now. Call 1-800-593-3775 or go to LifeLock.com to try LifeLock risk-free for a full 60 days. Use promo code NORISK. Plus get this document shredder free, but only if you act right now. Call 1-800-593-3775 now. LifeLock service guarantee cannot be offered to residents of New York.
All right, 6 days to go, and this debt fight is really just heating up. House Speaker John Boehner gaining GOP support for his now retooled plan, with the White House and Democrats saying it's pretty much down the line with the chief progressive correspondent, Mike Emanuel, at the very latest. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Behind you, there's a strong push by House Republicans to make sure they have the votes for Speaker John Boehner's debt plan. They need 217. House Majority Leader Eric Cantor told us a short time ago, quote, "We're coming along." Today, the Senate Republican leader, Mitch McConnell, offered this show of support for the Boehner plan.
The fact is, Republicans have offered the only proposal at this point that attempts to get at the root of the problem, and which actually has a chance of getting to the problem. That's why we continue to pass for the legislation Speaker Boehner has proposed.
Now, Senator Clark says it does not always the Boehner plan has some of them have already passed down even before it arrives. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid says he will offer the Boehner plan if it does make it to the U.S. Senate, with New York Democrats succeeding in his take on the Boehner plan.
The Speaker's wasting precious time. Every day he spends twisting arms in his caucus and career closer to catastrophic default. How many times does he have to throw red meat to the extreme right in his caucus to please them? Enough already. Let's get moving and get something real done.
And time certainly is becoming a critical factor. We are inside 1 week, and I've talked to a lot of different folks here, and we're not quite sure how all this is going to play out. We've heard the White House suggest a veto threat, but a lot of Republicans say, hey, if it passes the House, then we'll see what the Senate does and see if there's all of a sudden, as the clock is ticking, a show of support for this plan. Yeah.
Mike Emanuel, thank you very much. Well, it's a question that everyone wants to know. Does House Speaker John Boehner have the votes? This much we do know. He now has one Tea Party guy, and with the bill being returned and possibly meant to include more spending cuts, can he get more guys like him to Republican congressman out west of Florida? So, Congressman, if Speaker Boehner has retooled this to your liking, and it seems he has, he's got your vote.
Yes, he does, and I've been very forthright for saying that, and thanks for having me on, Neil.
because I look at it this way, coming from my military background. We can sit around and we can prevent about coming up with a 100% plan, but we're wasting time. What I believe in, this is the plan that gets us the 70 to 75% solution. Does it have everything that I'd like to see there? Absolutely not. But I think that it gets to the core of us making sure that we don't have any default on our debt. We do start to cut spending, we do cap spending, and we do get to a balanced budget amendment. As a matter of fact, we're going to have separate balanced budget amendment votes after the Boehner plan is passed in the House.
Talk about wasting time, Congressman. I mean, this is dead on arrival in the Senate if it's even taken up in the Senate. So for whatever its merits and however it might advance the things that you hold near and dear, isn't it just a waste of time?
It is not a waste of time, and I think the most important thing that the American people should start asking themselves, what is the credibility of Harry Reid and the Senate Democrats? You're talking about an individual and his Senate Democrat cohorts in 818 days or 817 days. They have not passed a budget. That's the one constitutionally mandated thing they're supposed to do.